Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. Many people have been asking for an update on Doge, and I'm not surprised because I'm currently seeing a weekly breakout on the price action. So I'm gonna do what I do and I'm gonna show you why that breakout needs a second pair of eyes before you conclude with the obvious. Guys, if you like this type of content, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell to get notified every time I put out one of these videos. Can we get 1,000 likes on a meme coin? I'm gonna be happily surprised if we get there, but typically Dogecoin doesn't have many supporters, so here is your chance to prove me wrong. Let's go straight into the weekly chart, and as you can see, probably retails are connecting the closing candles in here and seeing that this candle in here, the 17 cents, has the potential to now put a higher high. After all, this has been a higher low relative to the lows of 13 cents, and if we do so, maybe we can get somewhere above 20 cents. That will be already phenomenal. So let's go into the RSI and let's see how the picture is looking. Particularly, I wanted to focus on what happened in the previous breakout, the one that took the price over 40 cents in this area in here. So let's focus on that area of the RSI. The actual breakout happened on 8th of July, and we had this breakout that reached an RSI of 52. Right after that, we went pretty much to the same lows, putting hidden divergences on the weekly, and it was this double bottom right after the failed breakout with the same lows, the one that actually pushed the RSI into new highs of 88. So just to put that into context in terms of the price, focus on this area in here. That area that reaches 14 cents is the failed breakout. After that, we still had a drawdown of 42% from the breakout that is already from the lows, 42% down. Well, you're trading a meme coin, so you are by definition already a degen, even if you're doing it on spot, which you should be doing with this sort of volatility. Then after that, if you survive that, that was a pump of 500%. The pump is always relative to how much pain you have during the period of the accumulation, and if you still hold and you get lucky that this project is not delisted or hacked or whatever, then the meme coin can bring big gains, but most of the people lose in this environment. So looking at the RSI now, let's see if we are in a similar place. First of all, the breakout was kind of confirmed around 17th of March, but then we put a new low with a hidden divergence. Yeah, that resonates. Then we rally from 38 into 52. Yeah, kind of similar. Hidden divergence, moving into 52, this time from just 42, this time from 38. Well, kind of. After that, we could say that the breakout, I'm talking about this breakout in here, is as failed as the previous one in July. And here we are in May. Okay, so summer as well. And we come back and we put lows of 40, slightly higher than the lows of 38. In here, the lows were all around the 42. The fail is very clear. We could say that, you failed from carrying on in this direction. You came back down and you ended up putting equal lows. In this area in here, we placed this line and we already failed. We went back to similar lows to 38. So if history repeats relative to this, which is not necessarily going to do the same, and we did another double bottom in here to match with this double bottom below the median, well, maybe from there we start doing something. Let's see if the daily time frame tells us something about what could come next. On the daily time frame, I'm gonna focus on liquidation levels as well. You can see that we are within an ascending wedge. In the context of a fall like this, that is a bearish pattern, guys. So each high is trying to hit liquidity from shorts and then it collapses back into support. The good news for the bulls is that still the liquidity is primarily located at the highs. But what happens after we hit liquidity around 19 cents? Do we have more to the upside? Well, Dogecoin is not listed with long-term liquidity anywhere, so I can only see and I can pretty much guarantee you that around 20 cents we're gonna have a big bucket of liquidity that is not growing because the tool cannot track so back in time, and there must be also liquidity around 25-26 cents. So if we manage to successfully actually break out bullish from this bearish pattern that is probably calling for new lows, is calling for lows of 12 cents. I'm not sure we can get that low at this point in time. I'm more betting towards a move into liquidity, a fake out into 15, 16 cents, and then potentially a move into 20. That's just kind of a finger in the air. Don't take my lines randomly drawn by a stranger in a random YouTube channel as crystal ball reading, because it's not such a thing. Definitely not. I'm not gonna finish this video on bet on this line, so why would you? We're trying to understand what's going on, what's more likely, what do we have on top of the table to make our own decisions. After all, we are grown-ups here. Now, if my theory that we are going to produce a double bottom in this area fails, that's gonna look pretty much like going straight and taking out the 52 and then forming immediately a massive double bottom in this area, pointing towards levels of 70 straight away, instead of having to go ladder by ladder and building up momentum and eventually getting into an impulsive move that gets us into very high levels of RSI. By the way, I don't think we're gonna get to these high levels of RSI. That happened in the previous cycle. We got into 98 and to 95. Here, if we land in there, we are pretty much landing at 98, the same levels of that. I'm still gonna give you those targets. Don't worry if you are a degen, I got you covered. It's just that I am not one of those, so I don't care about the 98. I don't think it's a good risk to reward to bet on that, on a meme coin. So let me put a 98 in here, so that can take the price into 6.7 stupid dollars. So that is absolutely crazy. Well, what do you want? An RSI of 98, a meme coin that became the first and one only. It had at that time a social dominance of 20% of all crypto talking about a meme coin. I was literally grabbing my head and smashing it against a wall at that time when we started with this culture of meme coins, really completely against anything intellectual, anything to do with data-driven decisions. It's pretty much a gamble. Just throw $100 and collect thousands if you can, which I actually did. I remember putting $100 and collecting 1 or 2K with the second or third pump, and then I say, not again. I'm not gonna put my 2K and then collect back 1 cent. That's kind of how it goes for most people anyways. Social dominance seems to be spiking here with the move up. Now it's 3% social dominance, but very far from the 20%. There seems to be a trend in here where the social dominance is increasing with every spike. So let's see if we can get into 20 cents or 28 cents where we have liquidity. Possibly we can get a spike in social dominance of 6%. In terms of longs and shorts, this is certainly not overheated, but at the highs in the range. Prior to January 2024, Dogecoin was capturing a lot of attention. There was a lot of longs. Nowadays, we are pretty low. We bottom at 6% and now we are ranging around the 20 to 30% longs. The structure is healthy on the week. You can see that we have higher highs, higher lows. We are respecting the white line. Probably if we build my double bottom, we are probably gonna hit the white line or slightly be below that at levels of support of 13, 15 cents. That is a drawdown of 22. Just remember that this drawdown was 40% after the breakout confirmed with a massive green candle. Here we still don't have a massive green candle apart from that one there, and we are still putting lows. What Dogecoin needs to do, as I say, is to take now the 24 cents. We have decent liquidity here at the upper end, but that liquidity is probably be just enough to hit a new high within the bearish flag still. We need to go into the 20-cent liquidity really to do something. There is actually a big spike in liquidity from liquidations at 19.5, so keep that in mind as well. That is here and it's not visible, even though this is also CoinGlass. Very interesting. You can see my 23 cents is there. It's around the 24. And on CryptoQuant, the taker buy is dominant. That is in green. The rest of the things are neutral. When it comes to news, we have 7 out of 10 bullish news and a 6 moderately bullish. The top one says Dogecoin triangle pattern in play as well accumulation jumps 112%. That well accumulation is not appearing on CryptoQuant, just so you're aware. A textbook ascending triangle plus the largest weekly well inflow of 112% up since March points to a breakout if 18 cents gives way. Sets a near-term technical target towards 21 and 36. 21, maybe take profits slightly below it because those liquidation levels levels are around there. Just a word of not advice. And then the second one, 7 out of 10 whales load up after Elon Musk's America's Party reveal. Oh my god, this is so full of crap. Musk link headlines spark a 5% intraday pop. This is just speculative trading. No one thinks really that this America Party is gonna come in, take over, and then that Elon somehow, what is he gonna run for president next, and then Dogecoin is gonna be the new national coin. Oh my god, this is just so much comic cartoon. 6 out of 10 why Dogecoin price is surging. Derivatives volumes 275%, open interest up 8%. So yeah, we are seeing a little bit more of longs. That's gonna bring in some volatility. Just bear in mind that it can be in any direction. The trading volume that is most popular in here clearly is 17 cents. After that, there is a huge vacuum. Just consider that if we manage to take the 24 cents, that is off to the races. Look at how the volume declines sharply up until 30 cents. That means that you can teleport from 24 into 30 cents very quickly. Right after that, the next resistance is 40 cents. So things can happen really quickly because there is no market structure formed in a meme coin that just crosses this level like butter. Unfortunately, liquidity, I cannot see it beyond 25 cents on any platform. So as a wrap up, I will say I'm leaning towards taking the remaining liquidity in this area. A potential for continuing in the bear flag seems sensible, but also a breakdown with a humble target, not the full technical target necessarily of 12 cents. After all, 12 cents is a full breakdown of everything that we have achieved in the bull market. At 12 cents, we are pretty much in the vacuum and getting attracted back into 0.8, which is the bottom of the bear market. So hopefully that's not gonna be the case. If you wanna know bullish targets that are less crazy than my $6.8, let's focus for now on this Fibonacci extension of 1, which is currently located at 53 cents, and the golden pocket at 80 cents. If you want to trade on a non-KYC exchange, have a look at my link in the description for the exchange called Bluffing. This campaign ends on the 23rd of July, and you can deposit as low as just $500 and still get bonuses for any deposit and any trading volume. Since it's non-KYC, you can open the account, register in just minutes, and start trading with altcoins, leverage, and all of that from anywhere in the world. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to hit the like, write down a comment down below so I stay with full motivation to continue with these videos on a daily basis. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.